Sounds good.
Welcome to the next episode of Theater School Rejects, the podcast. And my guest host for today is Mistress K.
Hi guys, how you doing?
And you can find her at...
I'm on YouTube at Hooked Up with Mistress K. Yep. And if you're the type of person that loves to read comments, you definitely want to take a look at my videos. Because I have some Jesus freaks. I have some people saying that I worship the devil. And then I have lots of porn ads.
Well, you know your audience.
Yeah, exactly.
So I say you're posting, you're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers.
Yes. Almost there. When I looked today, it was like 49,832. So.
Well, I put on the group, and I know I subscribed, and then Richard subscribed.
Yes, you did. I got the notification.
And I saw you subscribe to me, which brought me to a 38. Not 38,000, 38.
Nice.
So every subscriber counts.
It really does, though.
You build up, and then you get momentum. But
yeah.
I mean, like,
I'm getting so popular now, I get internet trolls.
Oh, of course,
so
yeah.
I'm really loving it right now. I'm not going to lie.
Anyway, so just quick promotion if anyone hears this before it goes out. We're going to do a roast battle on Sunday at the VFW in Burbank on 7:30.
Yeah,
so
I'm
coming out,
excited.
Tickets are just $5. So, you know, more entertainment you can reasonably get. It's more fun than a Happy Meal.
Yep. True story. I know. I got fries and a large drink the other day, and it was like $4.34, and I was like, what? I was like, this is ridiculous.
I could have seen a comedy show.
I know, exactly. Terrible. So, yeah. Well, you know, 38, you always start with the small people, and then you work up to the large people. See, I'm kind of big over in India. Like, these Indian guys, they love me for whatever reason. I don't know why.
So wait, let's unpack that a bit. So like, because I know YouTube shows you where your views are.
Yeah.
So do you have more views in India than you do in the US, or is it just comparable?
No, more in India.
You are just...
I am blowing up in India.
That's like, have you seen How I Met Your Mother? Where like the video of his wedding toast is like huge in Sweden?
No.
He's like, because they do auto-tune. Anyway, so I write books that I publish on Amazon Kindle.
Okay.
And I get all excited when someone from a foreign country, because it breaks down, like, I get, you know, you get paid, but it also tells you where your books are being bought.
Yeah.
And so like
what
Amazon,
kind of books?
Usually like humorous fantasy.
Okay.
I'll send you some links.
Okay.
And you know, but then when someone in England or Canada, which happens about once a month, they buy one of the books. But then like India, Japan will every now and then buy it, and I'm like, give me those rupees, yo.
Yeah, people pay in ruples, right?
Well, that's for Russia.
Or are they?
Yeah, rupees
okay.
is India.
Okay.
I think.
See, I've never been to India, but I want to go. I would love to go to Taj Mahal or.
Well, can't you get booked? I would think you could get booked in India at this point.
Oh my God!
Like just put on YouTube, be like, if you pay my flight and set up a venue, I will perform.
I know, right? I don't know. I guess I'm just like one of those people. I don't really like to ask that type of stuff.
Well, no, it would be different. It's not like, we're not talking about the soul that you got given randomly. You know, I'm not talking about like as a gift, but like if you're popular in India, I'd be like, hey, you can come see me live. If people like crowdfund, GoFundMe.
That's true, but I feel like it'd just be an audience of men just trying to give me their number.
It would be. It would definitely be. But like, you know, but it's less creepy. If it's one dude flaying it out there, it's like, oh my God, what I gotta do? If it's like 30 dudes, you're like, hey.
That's true. You know, I might put a video out there and see. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because then they kind of like keep each other at bay. There's like running interference patterns. Like if it's one dude, it's very tough for you to like get flown out there and be in this foreign country and get away.
Yeah.
But like with 30 dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
You can play them off against each other.
You know, I've dated Indian guys. I'm not opposed to them. And it's not true what they say. Like, they don't all smell like curry. There are people that do take care of their personal hygiene. But, yeah.
But what percent?
Maybe like 3 to 6. I don't know.
3% smell like curry or don't smell like curry?
Don't smell like curry.
That's not great odds.
I know.
That's not.
But
listen,
they're like the diamond in the rough. You get that one Indian.
If you date 100 dudes, 7 of them will smell not horrible.
That's true. That's true.
Well, it's not. Well, we might smell curry. I mean, like that's a thing. So
yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
See, I'm an equal opportunity like employer when it comes to men. I've dated a few women, but mostly men. Yeah.
I'm sure my audience wants to hear more, right? Do you guys? Yes. Let's hear about dating women. How many women have you dated?
A few. I really like women that are kind of like me, which that ends up not very well for us.
Like,
Oh my God! Look at this dog.
We're like
Hi. What's his name? Or her name? Hi. Aren't you so cute? Oh my God! Adorable. Love it.
podcast got a small break while Mistress K had a coup over a dog.
I know. Well, I love bulldogs. They're so cute. They get
It was
those
pretty
scrunched up
adorable,
face.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to tell about women.
Well, so you said like you. What do you mean like you? Like personality-wise, physical-wise?
See, I'm really drawn to people with confidence,
Sure.
or anybody that has confidence. That's kind of my kryptonite when I look for a partner.
Right.
So somebody who's just totally confident in who they are and, you know, has things going on for themselves. That's kind of what I like.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and she stops dating the guy who just gave her a car, approach her with confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, he has lots of confidence.
Well, you said it's like 2 months in he gave you a car,
Yeah,
right?
2 months in, he's trying to wife it up, I guess. That's what he's trying to do.
Well, I mean, that is like a lot of confidence. Because I'd be
Yeah.
like, man, I need like you to invest like 3-4 months so I have like confidence you're not gonna leave
Yeah,
before I
that's-
like, give you the car, give you the tools to go.
Yeah.
Here's a car, just drive away.
Well, it was funny because he was like, oh, I couldn't find a big bow to put on it for you. So he put a little bow on the steering wheel. And then he was like, now we're a Kia family.
What the fuck is that?
Okay.
I have a problem with that. I do. All
I
right.
was like, well, I've always been a Chevy girl. I was like,
If you have the reserves, the resources to buy some girl you've been dating for a couple months, I'm assuming I'm thinking this value at the story at face value.
Yeah.
You gotta date this girl for a couple months and then just drop a car on her.
yeah.
How the fuck you on resources to find a huge bow? Why is that the more difficult task?
Apparently Dollar Tree was out that day.
I got like $20,000 I'm not using that I'm just gonna throw down on this girl like I've dated 10 times, but like finding a huge bow eludes me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Totally.
You go on Amazon, bro. That's like $10, maybe 20. You know, and if you have that kind of money, get someone else to go on Amazon for you and figure the fucking thing out.
I
if he's
mostly
listening.
think that he bought me a car just so he didn't have to drive me places. And I would have preferred him just drive me places like a chauffeur, to be honest.
Well, of course you would, but he values his time.
I know. What the fuck?
I get that. And I've been known to like, I'll just like give you a present just to go. Just like I've asked to go like how much do I have to pay you just to leave and not
God.
call me again?
That's funny.
Like if I give you $500, just promise, no tears. What's the value? Let's negotiate.
So
What-
did your girlfriends really leave you for a crack dealer? Or was it?
There was
was a
two
homeless.
different girls left for homeless drug dealers. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I like to tell things that are true on stage. I don't really make shit up.
Yeah, me neither.
So like I'm like, well, I mean, like I'll make shit up, but if I'm telling a first person story
yeah.
and it's funny because it's like you believe that it happened, then it's gonna have happened. And like I don't like comics who like invest people in the first person story. Like it's funny because it happened. And you're like it didn't happen. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's a betrayal of trust.
Did they leave you because they wanted to get high or?
So I
was there
had
some
one
other
girl
things?
who was crazy. Well, most of the girlfriends I've dated are crazy because
So you go for the crazies.
self-selecting. Like they have to choose me. Like there's two people involved in the process.
Aw.
And so like I was dating this girl and she was like I was like 30 at the time and she was like 18 and just beautiful but crazy as fuck.
18? You went that young?
Oh yeah.
Aw.
And then she's
Mistake
like
number one.
and then she's like I want to be homeless.
What?
And I'm like I get that. You look
For life experience?
Yeah, well,
Why?
she just wanted to be homeless, and she had a bad home life. And I'm like, look, you should test it out. We can go to like Berkeley for a weekend, and we'll just crash on the sidewalk and get a feel for it. You don't know what you're in for. She's like, no, I want to just be homeless. And I'm like,
Like
fuck.
it's an experiment?
Yeah. So she went and started living in this park, and like obviously we were broken up at that point. And then like I guess like while she was there, she met some other homeless dude, and they kind of like he was dealing drugs, and eventually she followed him down a life of crime and got him into a felony and went to jail.
Oh, that's terrible.
I didn't know that last part until I came back from law school, and like I went on the computer and looked her name up, and I'm like, oh, misdemeanor, felony. She did well.
Oh, wow.
But she totally left me for a homeless drug dealer.
Well, at least you have maybe you'll have a client now, though, right?
Can't afford me. That does no good. That cuts no ice. And then this other girl, like, was like, oh man, just. Well, she approached me. She's like, hey, I haven't spoken in 10 years. Like, we used to date. And she's like, but there's this guy who broke up with me, and he's homeless, and I'm still supporting him, and he's living on my couch, and he's a drug dealer, and doesn't do anything. I'm like, can I come visit you? I'm like, okay. And then, like, we started, like, she moved into, like, San Francisco and, like, left him. And then about, like, 3 months later, she went back to him.
Oh, man.
But, like, he broke up with her while she was the only thing keeping him from being homeless. And she kept on supporting him after he broke up with her. And then she went back to him over me. No. So that was the second time. And I'm like, dude, I am not doing well.
So what's your relationship status now?
That is a good question. Currently,
single and taking applications?
No, sort of. Well, so I'm single, but I got an ex-girlfriend with benefits.
Okay, nice. I like that. That's good.
And she listens to this podcast.
So you just call her up and you're like, hey.
No, more like, it was like a thing. Like, it was like, I said, like, okay, we're broken up. Like, what's the terms of our breakup?
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay, well, so.
So I have to ask the burning question that's been on my mind since I met you.
Sure.
What's up with the camo?
So, I was looking for like a look, like, for comedy, but also like they're very comfortable. Yeah. Well, so I did 4 years on a Coast Guard active duty, and then I went 3 years in the Army National Guard Reserve, and that's where I started wearing camouflage because that was like a uniform.
Okay.
And I'm like, and then so I was looking for like a look for doing comedy. I'm like, yeah, I can really start rocking camouflage.
So how many colors do you have?
Oh.
You're like me with no wigs.
Right?
Like, how many colors do you have?
I have got currently 5 pairs.
That's it?
Well, 5 different colors.
Oh, okay.
5 different
colors. Okay.
I've got got these, which they call red camouflage. Then I got the urban camouflage, the gray and white, and I got the I think of it as navy camoufage. It's got like the watercolors, the blue in there, and then I've got like the ultra. It's called ultraviolet. It's like the purple in there.
Yeah, I saw the purple last
And then I've got one just basic black. It's still BDUs, but it's all black.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the joke tonight that you look like a Dudley brother, because I was like, oh my god, if I was roasting him right now, I'd totally say that.
You should
I'd be
say
like,
that
Tebow, get the table.
Oh, you're a wrestling fan?
Yeah, I love wrestling. So true story, I actually wanted to be like the second coming of China.
Oh, nice. I could see that.
Like before the porn and all that.
Well, that was
drug
all
addiction, all that
when
stuff.
Stephanie like yanked her man, and then they fired her because she's like,
Yes.
"You broke up with me to go with some other girl," and he's like, "You shouldn't have said that. Now you're fired."
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's this like we'll say this podcast like does, but like I'm looking for someone to do like a wrestling either YouTube or thing or podcast with.
So it's funny. I actually had an event when I first started. Like maybe like the second year I started selling sex toys, a wrestling event, which was pretty cool. And so it was just like basically a whole bunch of people that either had beef together or because people just wanted to get into like a vat of lube. And I sold tickets at this place that I used to do. I used to basically be an MC at this place called the Lucky Dog, in Boston, back in where I was from. And we used to do like really seedy events, and it was great. Like we had like an all-male review show every month, and I'd get the women riled up. And I found out all this information about male dancers that I never knew, and I don't want to know. Like, kind of ruins the whole nostalgia of it. But yeah, we used to do like lube wrestling. It was really fun. But yeah, it was kind of like my ode to like WWE. But I was on the wrestling team in high school with me and this other girl. We were the only 2 women that ever wanted to be on the wrestling team. And like the history of our school. And probably still to this day.
So, did you like wrestle other guys? Or
yeah, we were in the lightweight division. And we used to be in the gym 3 hours every day, which is why I don't know if you can see that, but
I got muscle tone.
Yeah,
No, I saw you rocking. I was like, hey,
yeah,
she works out.
Yeah. I work out religiously, like every day. And being vegetarian, you know, it's really good for your body. So, unfortunately, it gives you gas a lot, so that's not always a pleasant thing.
You get that anyway. But I'm not vegetarian. I got friends who are vegan, but no, that's not a life choice I care to make.
Oh, I did the whole vegan for 45 days. I couldn't do it. I missed eggs too much. Because there's like eggs in everything. And cheese. I'm Italian. We put cheese in everything.
Yeah. So how were you good in high school as a wrestler?
So I did like maybe, I'm trying to think. I did like 10 matches. I won 8 out of 10. There was only like 2 guys that beat me. And but most of them were kind of, I don't really like to brag about my record because most of them were disqualifications because like the refs were like, they touched me inappropriately, so I'd like win the match and that type of shit.
Yeah.
But mostly it was just like kind of being a feminist. It was just like, oh really? You think you're like this big strong man? Get on the mat. And then I just like sack the shit out of these guys.
Well, there's a bit. So I was a cage fighter for a while. Had 14 cage fights in front of a crowd.
Okay.
And then I had back surgery.
Oh,
So I got a bad back. And then, but after that, I started teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to like the security staff at the Long Beach Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
And we would all like meet for an hour for a show and just kind of grapple, and I would teach some things, and then we'd all just kind of wrestle and spar, roll.
Okay.
And one of the girls came out, and like the guys that who came out of the staff, like they always like trying to hook up with girls, just mad, fucking like, and
that's everywhere.
Well, yeah, but it was Rocky particularly. So, and then when the girls comes out, and I'm kind of proud of this because like I guess it was my thing. I was like, you know, teaching, and one of the guys was like, because the girl came out, he goes, I am gonna just get her to the ground and put my head between her, you know, her thighs and go motorboat. You know, and I'm like, no, you're not. I was like, as soon as like this you know, when the sparring thing is over, you can go and hit on her and hook up and do all the thing. But while she's here, you're gonna treat her just like anybody else because she's here to learn. And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
And because I had tapped out everybody who went there. Now, I didn't win every match, but like I had enough authority.
See, the worst thing I will say about wrestling wasn't the grueling hours in the gym, because that was fine, but it was the actual outfits.
Oh,
because if you've ever seen like a traditional amateur outfits, they have like these like
the singlet.
Yeah, we had to wear like t-shirts
underneath the singlet,
and then the things would like come right underneath our breasts, and it was just it was terrible.
I can
wasn't
see that.
a good look for us.
no, probably not.
No, and I was like, can I wear something else? Can I just wear a sports bra? And they're like, that's too revealing. We don't want anybody to get really excited. And I was like, really? I was like, so I'm gonna wear like a men's 3XL t-shirt underneath this spandex? Like that's totally sexy and super attractive. Thanks.
That's what they want. They didn't want you there. Last thing they want is like to explain like why the guy you're wrestling has a huge boner in his singlet, which would show.
Which I was like not. You know, I was like, I used that to my advantage.
Distract them.
Yeah, exactly. I'd give the whole like, hi, how's it going? You're wrestling me, hey, that type of thing. And then I'd just like beat the shit out of them. I had a lot of aggression growing up as a kid though. So like sports and wrestling and all that stuff kind of, you know, got rid of that for me. So I was somewhat normal when I went home.
I was in chess club at high school because that's where I was at.
Nice.
And like we had a couple. Well, not you could have women or men, and like there was almost no women in there. But I ended up playing in this tournament against a girl, and like I ended up losing. And my friends were all like, "You were distracted because she was a girl," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And
hey, we gotta use our advantages. Like I said, I'm a feminist, but I'm not opposed to using my feminine wilds to get ahead in this world.
No, clearly,
no,
Kia
I got
Soul.
a car. Hey.
Right. So, what is your relationship status? Are you committed to this guy, or what is your thing? Our listeners want to know. Our 5s of listeners.
I mean, obviously, I'm always looking for the bigger, better deal. I mean, obviously, but no, you know what? I've been through a lot of terrible relationships, where this guy actually generally has come into my life at a point in my life where he just wants to make things better for me. And I have to respect that.
That was a wonderful non-answer.
Yes,
Well done.
You're
well
welcome.
done.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to run for office.
Are you concerned he's going to listen to this podcast too?
He listened to all my stuff, but it's okay. He understands. He totally gets it. He always says that when I become famous, that don't forget his black ass.
Oh, we learn more and more every day.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually 20 minutes. I think that was a good podcast for this.
Sweet.
So I'm going to... Oh, yeah. So once again, they can find you at...
Hooked Up with Mistress K.
On YouTube. And
On
you can find
YouTube.
me, DougXComedy.com, and on Twitter at LoveIsCthulhu,
Yeah.
which sort of like says my view of relationships. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.